Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we are going to do a practice called the domain of the heart. Mm, This is a practice to become sensitive to the heart space. And the heart space is a spiritual body, it's not a physical body. It is present in all human beings. And when it is sensitive, we become aware of our essential state. And the essential state of everybody's heart is peace, joy, and love. When awareness is focused on the heart space, we begin to become aware also of what is blocking the essential state. And these are emotions that we have let into our heart space and have remained there too long. Emotions should be guests in the parlor and leave when the time comes to do so. But when we focus on our heart space, we allow the essential state to come forth and heal the wounded states. Now we will do the exercise. Okay, and the exercise is this. First of all, we have to bring focus to our breathing. Become aware of our breathing as we let our respiratory system work towards bringing air into our lungs. And I'm going to do it in two parts. We focus now on the right side of the heart. And for the sake of this exercise, to make it easier to visualize, imagine that in your left side of the chest here, you actually have a piece of wax. So you know the nature of wax is that as we put something warm on it, it will start to melt. So now you imagine that your breath is warm. As it goes in, it comes into contact with the wax, and the wax starts to melt. And when the wax starts to melt, we can feel the warmth from the wax expanding in our chest. So we can feel it expanding towards the front of our chest on the left side, and we can feel it expanding to the back towards the back scapular bone in the back, the shoulder bone, and we can also feel it coming to the upper border of the left chest cavity towards the bone that connects the neck and the shoulder. And we can also feel that this left side is now expanding and it's getting warmer, and it actually feels like there is an imbalance between the left side and the right side. So now we focus on the right side, and here again there is a piece of wax, and as our breath warms the wax, we can feel the heart space expanding on the right side, and we feel the warmth filling up the whole chest cavity on the right, towards our ribs, towards the sides of our body, towards the upper border where there is a clavicle, and to the back where the scapula is. And we continue to breathe. And as we continue to breathe, you might even feel that breathing has become a bit harder. When it was easier before, it has become slightly harder. And maybe we can feel something heavy Or maybe we start to feel that the chest wall is contracting instead of expanding. That's what we want. But we continue on this exercise and we become aware and more aware of all the sensations that we can feel in the heart space. So we allow ourselves to continue breathing and we observe each and every sensation that we are experiencing. And now we remember, actually we know that the breath, that the fact that we are breathing is actually shows that we are alive. And the fact that we are alive means that God is letting us be alive. And it's our breath that is the life. Because the first human being, Adam, was clay until God breathed God's breath into Adam, or God breathed life into Adam. And that is why all of us are also breathing. So our breathing connects us to God. And now that we have created an awareness of our connection to God through our breath, again we focus on that heart space, the chest cavity, that spiritual body which we call the domain of the heart. And somehow the heaviness has become a bit lighter. You can close your eyes as you check out the quality of the spiritual body, the domain of the heart. Some of you might feel a sense of heat, or you might also feel a sense of coolness, like menthol in your chest cavity. And you might just be able to experience that essential state. Maybe not all, maybe just a sense of peacefulness or a sense of wanting to smile. And you might feel a sense of love, as though you're in love. And that love is just a joy to have. It might happen that way, or it might not. You might instead feel sad or angry, or you might feel as though something in your heart space is blocked. Whatever it is, knowing that your heart space connects you through your breath to God, you can now do a prayer, a zikr, to let your connection to God help you overcome. Not by doing anything, but by just sending up a prayer. You might want to use a prayer of Nabi Musa, Rabbi Shrah li sadri. My Lord, expand my heart space. Rabbi Shrah li sadri. And after each prayer, you can wait a while to observe your heart space and to see how your heart space is responding to your prayer. Rabbi shrah li sadri. Rabbi shrah li sadri. Rabbi shrah li sadri. You might want to, if you find that within your heart space there are problems, you have placed some worries there, or you have some unresolved issues, you can also ask God, ask Allah to help you with this. So you can continue and say what Nabi Musa said. وَيَسِّرْ لِي أَمْرِي, facilitate my work, the things that you think are important for you to be doing. Actually, the real work is the work that God sent us into this world to do. That is the real Amri. All the others are just diversions, but we do not know that. So we do that which we sincerely think is what we are meant to do, and that becomes our Amri. So it's Rabbi Shrah li wa yassir li Amri. Now, I hope that by this time some of you would have felt that essential state, and you can continue to do this practice until you actually are able to experience it yourself. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.